welcome to all. A special welcome to those who are not normally with us on a Tuesday evening at our Rotary meeting. Tonight is an open meeting for the purpose of celebrating the life of Robert Burns. An extra special welcome to our piper Jim, who's not here. And to our guest Mark. Talking of Mark, let's start our celebrations now with the words of the bard. And Mark, the floor's yours.
Thank you, and thanks for having me. I was going to start with the classic To a Mouse, but actually that's a bit sombre, so we'll do something a bit more light-hearted. It's an uncommon tale about the death and dying words of Mealy, the author's own pet yow. But don't be too upset, it's very light, should be very light-hearted. As Mealy and her lambs together were idly nibbling at the tether, upon her clute she cursed a hitch, and o'er she wazzled in the ditch. There, groaning, dying, she did lie, till Hugh he came doiting by, with glooring in and lifted hands, for Hugh like a statue stands. He sees her days are near hand ended, but where's my heart he canny mend it. He gaped wide, but Nathan spak. At length, poor Mealy silence brak. Oh, you, whose lamentable face appears to mourn my woeful case, my dying words attentive hear, and bear them to my master dear. Tell him, if e'er again he keep as muckle gear as buys a sheep, oh, bid him tie them never mair with wicked strings of hemp or hair, but call them out to park or hill, that they may wander at their will. Thus may his flock increase and grow to scores of lambs and packs of wool. But tell him he was a master kind, and aye was good to be in mine. And now my dying charge again, my helpless lambs, I trust them wean. Oh, bid him save their helpless lives, be dogs and tods and butchers' knives, and give them good coo milk their fill, till they be fit to fend themselves, and tempt them duly e'en and morn with teats of hay and rits of corn. So may they like their great forbears, for many a year pass through the shears, so wives will give them bits of breed, and bairns greet for them when they're deed. Oh, my poor tub lamb, oh, my son and heir, oh, God bid him, breed him up with care, and if he should live to be a beast, to put some havens in his breast, and go to run and wear his cloots like other menseless, graceless brutes. Oh, neist my yowie, oh, silly thing, could keep thee frae a tether string, and may they ne'er forgather up a very blaster's moorland top, but I keep mind to moop and mell, to sheep a credit like thyself.
Wherefore your honest sonsy face, great chieftain of the puddin' race, upon them all you tak your place. Punch, tribe, or fair, will you wear your grace as long as my arm. The groaning trencher there you fill, your hurries like a distant hill. Your bidding would help them in the mill in time of need, while through your pores the dews distill like amber bead. his knife, see rustic labour's dight, and cut you up with a ready slight. Trenching your gleaming entrails bright like honey ditch, and oh, what a glorious sight, warm, reeking, rich. Then horn for horn they stretch and strive, deal tuck the hindmost, on they drive, till all the well-swallowed kites be live, a bit like drums.
Can I get one of that?
Okay, everyone, we'll get started in the second part now. And this is the immortal memory. It's always a pleasure to introduce one of our own members to propose the immortal memory of Robert Burns. And Mike, too good, comes with a pedigree. Sadly, he's an Aberdonian. But he can't all be perfect, can we? But he has seen the light, and after his retirement from the RAF, he took up residence in Bonnie-Galloway. Mike is a historian of note and a past World Burns president. That's difficult to say. Yeah. My friends, Mike Dogood.
Thank you, President Anne, ladies and gentlemen. I noticed you said Mike Dogood.
I know.
And I was traumatised as a young man when I joined the RAF, and my drill sergeant said, "You might be do good at home, but you're no bloody good here," he said. So I tend to use the proper pronunciation of my name and Duke-it.
Yeah.
Duke-it, yes. Just go on the website and type in Duke-it. Caledonia Bank, that's all you need to type in, and I guarantee you will have a laugh.
We've all known you as Mike Dogood.
Yes, I know. But it's my pleasure to give the immortal memory to Robert Burns tonight. And after all, it will soon be his birthday, so maybe in advance of Friday, can I say many happy returns to the rhymer Robert Burns. He's the greatest Scotsman ever, some would say. And let nobody forget, if Rab was living yet, he'd be ages with Methuselah the day. Now to remember the times when he wrote his bonny rhymes, in the 2 or 3 sangies that were his, every patriotic man eats a supper if he can. And the menu's kind of special, I was whiz. You get haggis in heaps, you get tatties, you get neeps, and a dram or 2 to wash it down as well. And to get the haggis recht for a perfect Burns necht, here's the recipe the poet used himself. Ca a yow to the now, nae a pig mind, not a cow, you set it down and read it out its legal rechts. And when the beasties are prepared, and you've checked its donors cared, you grab its stomach and its liver, heart and lechts. If you've a mind till you necht, scrape your stomach over necht. After scraping it, steep your stomach over necht after scraping it, a job I can't abide. And in the morning when you start, mince your liver, lechts and heart, making sure your windpipes hanging over the side.
Health and safety.
I'm partly breaking the rules of health and safety. I'm sorry about that. Sorry, Dummy. Sorry about that. When your offals are wheeled biled, team it out afore it's spiled. Cut your windpipe off and chuck it in the waste. And to set the thing to rechts, means you heft it with your lechts and a quarter of your liver just to taste. Now to give this chiel appeal, add some suet and some meal. 2 or 3 onions, if they're biggies, only 2. Salt and pepper, in they go, season highly. Canny though, if you didn't want to burn a body's moo. Now your stomach's in its prime, if they're steeping all that time, lay it out upon the draining board to dreep. And when your mixings are complete, make the mixture guid and wheat, and then you stab it up the stomach of the sheep. After that, what you need is a needle and a thread, because it's the way you steek the body that ensures that when the fortune does their worst, your stomach doesn't burst, although you've boiled it in a pot for hours and hours. Now I make bold to suggest that Rab's recipe is best. I hope that when you've tried it, you'll agree. Although it sounds a wee bit drab, if it's good enough for Rab, then I'm certain sure it's good enough for me. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mike. As Mike emphasised, we are blessed to have so many works of our bard to choose from. And Mark is going to give us a recitation of Tam O'Shanter.
That's right. Thank you. We'll take a little space for this over here, if you don't mind. Tam O'Shanter, a tale. When Chapman Billies leave the street and Drouthy Neebers beat, as market day is wearing late and folk begin to tack the gate, as we sit boozing at the nappy, getting foo and unca happy, we think na on the lang Scotch miles, the mosses, waters, slaps and stiles that lie between us and our hame, where sits our sulky, sullen dame, gathering her brows like a gathering storm, nursing her wrath to keep it warm. It's a little known fact that Burns passed away on the same day as Pope Pius VI, and due to a clerical error, by St. Peter, the Pope was put on the down escalator to share the fires of hell with all the wicked fornicators, while Burns, quite wrongly obviously, was sent on the up escalator towards heaven. Well, the error was quite soon noticed, and steps were taken to rectify the situation. So they got back onto the different elevators, and as the Pope and the Bard passed one another on their escalators, Burns, charming, friendly as ever, was, "Morning, Your Holiness, are you looking forward to heaven?" "Oh yes," replied Pope Pius, "it is my life's ambition to meet the Virgin Mary." And as he disappeared into the clouds, he just heard Burns' voice ringing in his ear. "I'm afraid you find you're a day late there." It's certainly true that Burns had an eye for the ladies, and it's also true that the ladies had an eye for Burns, and an ear, a heart, a mouth, and quite a lot else besides. Most people who met Burns remark on his sparkling conversation, and he seems to have been at his ease with all whose company he kept, from farmers and labourers right up to the high gentry. But it's widely reported, and I'm sure Mike would bear this out, that when women entered the company, he was always reported to becoming ever more animated and charming.
Thank you very much, Mark. You can enjoy the rest of the evening now. That's finished. Right. Well, far be it from me to thank Mark for his wisdom and insight. Like all good leaders, us ladies, I have a champion. Jacqueline looks good in a uniform, albeit a police uniform. A local lass and a member of our Rotary Club. Jacqueline, it's your turn to shine.
President and Mark's established, I'll stay at this end of the table, and I recommend that you do stay at that end. Firstly, a thanks to Anne and the ladies for allowing me or permitting me to speak on behalf of the ladies. And secondly, a thanks to Keith here for actually inviting me to do so. He may live to regret that, obviously not realising that I have a wicked, wicked tongue in my head. But it falls to me to reply to Mark's what was a very generous toast, and from someone who himself has some of the qualities of the ideal man. Check this out, ladies. He's a member of the Galway Mountain Rescue Team, physically fit, He's a food forager of some renown. Healthy lifestyle, another tick for that one. He works at the dairy at Pulmuir, a dairy maid, obviously in touch with his feminine side. I'll tick that one as well. He's a Burns enthusiast, man of culture, and I'm sure you'll agree, doesn't he wear the kilt well? It means he's well. I'll leave your imagination to that one. And moving on from what Mark said, in that he grasped Burns' appreciation of women, I'd like to take that one step further by suggesting, nay, men, that your very lives depend upon us women, not just that you are appreciative of us. You may like to know that researchers in North Carolina have now established a scientific fact that married men live substantially longer than their single counterparts. Your lives depend upon us, Jane.
Now, could we be upstanding, please, for the final toast? To our visitors, thank you for your friendship. I ask you and our members to join me in the final toast. Brotherhood and Rotarians the world over. And thank you very much for this evening.
Thank you.